Hello, everybody. It's the old bear from the old bear's den of Bigfoot, and we have an account that comes out of South Carolina. If you remember the gentleman that had the female Bigfoot that was smitten with him, uh, and if you don't know what smitten is, ask a hillbilly. We can tell you. Anyway, his family, he went and talked to his family and he spoke with his grandpa, which is a man that is in his late 80s, 87, 88 years old. Been around a while. And he was talking to his grandpa after this happened to him. Everybody in the family knew about it. And, well, his grandpa sat him down and had a talk with him. And in that talk, he was telling him about an account about something that happened to him back when he was in his 40s. So this is 48 years ago. It's quite a long time. Anyway, what happened to him was he was out uh, riding around in his pickup, and evidently him and his wife, the man's grandma, had an argument, and he figured the best thing to do for himself was to go get in his old truck and just drive around on the back roads. Well, he evidently got turned around and he got a little bit lost, and he was driving on a road he didn't know. Uh, but he come around a curve in the road. A lot of them roads are long, straight stretches. They're not very big curves, a little curve. And there's woods on both sides of it. Um, and he come through the curve. When he came through that curve, something walked out in the middle of the road. And when his headlights hit it, it stopped and was staring at him. And, well, it wasn't a human, wasn't no bear. Uh, his grandpa told him, said, "You most assuredly know that it wasn't a bear right off the bat. Because this thing had fingers and it had 2 feet, and it was standing upright on its 2 feet, and it had its knees bent, and it was leaning forward, and the eyes glowed. The eyes were a yellowish color and yellowish orange color, and this thing had hair that long hair all over top of its head, strung down to its shoulders, and had hair on its chest, had hair on its stomach, had long hair on its arms, long hairs all over its legs." And he said he was sitting there staring at it because he came to a full stop. And as he was staring at it, the thing just kind of would rock real slowly from one leg to the other one, back and forth. And he beeped the horn, and every time he beeped the horn, the thing would stop rocking, and it would stand there and look at him. It wasn't moving, and then it would go back to rocking back and forth. And finally, he got brave enough to get out of the truck. And when he got out of the truck, he got out with a rifle. He had taken a rifle with him. And he talked to this thing and told it, "Hey, I'm trying to find my way out of here. You need to get out of the road so I can get on out of here so I can get home to my missus." And the thing just kind of stopped rocking and kind of took a step towards him. That's when he leveled the 30-30 rifle that he had with him at it. He said, "Now, I don't want no trouble, but I got something for you if you don't stay where you're at." Well, it stopped. And it just kind of started rocking back and forth again. He said, "Now, look, do you know this place better than I do? Tell me how to get out of here, and I'll leave you alone, and you leave me alone, and we'll go our separate ways." Well, the thing took another step towards him. And I don't know if he didn't have a round in the chamber or if he didn't even have it loaded. But he worked the action on that thing and nothing come out of it. And it didn't sound like a bullet went into the chamber. And he said, "Now look, all I'm asking you for is directions. I just need to get directions to get out of her." He started that old southern country talk, and the thing evidently understood him, and it kind of turned sideways and pointed down the road. And he said you could see the arm, and it had one finger sticking out, and it didn't have it pointing straight down the road, but it had it pointing it that way for him to get out of there. Well, it's kind of funny. He said, "Now, you're going to have to get out of the middle of the road. I can't run you over. I can't get through you. You got to move out of my way." And the thing just kind of turned its upper body and looked at him a little bit and then turned back and pointed back down the road again. He said, "Okay, that's fine. I'll go down the road that way and I'll get out of here, but you got to move." Well, the thing just kind of looked at him and made a sound like that. Took a step, and it stepped to the far side of the road, which is probably 5 foot or more. And he said, "I watched the thing walk off the side of the road." And he said, "I got back in my pickup, and I slowly started down the road. And when I got to where it entered the woods, it was standing there watching me. And then we looked at each other through the passenger window, because it had squatted down evidently, and was looking at me through the passenger window." And he said, "I rolled the window down. Looks like we got a crow." Yep, got a crow. It's a crow, honey.
Big, whatever it was.
It's
Loud.
just a crow. And he rolled the window down. He leaned across the seat and rolled the window down and said, "Many thanks to you. I'm glad you got out of the road. I didn't want to have to go over top of you." He said, "You sure that this is the way to go to get out of here?" And the Bigfoot looked at him and stuck its hand up again, this time the right arm, and pointed down the road. So the gentleman drove down the road about a mile, and lo and behold, he didn't run across the blacktop road. He drove out of there, drove home, didn't tell his wife when he got home what had happened. And when he done that, he kind of kept it to himself for a while, and then he told his boy, the man's dad, what had happened. And they went back out there, and it was probably 4 or 5 months before he told his son. And they went back out there about the same time at night, about 11, 12 o'clock at night. And dagnabbit, if the same Bigfoot, according to him, the same Bigfoot wasn't standing right beside the road as they drove past, and his son saw it, and it just pointed down the road again, like directing him to get out of there. And they drove right on past it, right on down the road, And that Bigfoot evidently lived there, and it could understand the man enough to understand that he was lost, or the Bigfoot was just pointing for him to get out of there, to get out, go that direction and get out of here. We'll never know because the Bigfoot ain't talking, and the gentleman didn't think to ask. So when y'all watch this one, there's three more accounts from South Carolina that I'm going to be bringing to you. And the other one will be, the next one will be the man's brother. And then two of his cousins, first cousins, they're twins. And they saw two separate Bigfoot on two separate days. Wasn't the same one. They saw two different Bigfoot. So while we're out here in the middle of the forest camping this weekend, I figured I'd bring you some accounts and give you some more for this week and probably next week. Hope you enjoy them. Hope you like them. And let me know what you think what the Bigfoot was thinking. Let's hear y'all's opinion. Me personally, I think the Bigfoot was just telling him to get out of there. But I can be wrong. I don't mind being wrong. So y'all tell me and let me know. Leave me a comment if you have an idea. And if you don't have an idea, leave a comment anyway. And don't forget them thumbs up, Mrs. Bear says.
Hi, everybody.
So y'all enjoy it. Y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see you. Bye-bye now.